Welcome everyone. Here is your weekly forecast for 1st of March till 7th of March. So in this video, you will hear about astrological tips of the best and the worst days, or at least how to use the energy to bring the best out of the upcoming week. So I would say this is pretty much a relaxed week actually. So on the 28th, we are still dealing with the full moon energy, which I have detailed in the previous weekly forecast. And the good news is that the moon will leave the sign of Virgo on the 2nd of March. And probably this moon becomes a lot more sociable in the sign of Libra. Now, we're going to start the week with a Venus-Uranus sextile. So this is the aspect of sudden infatuation. So falling in love with someone within seconds is actually very possible. If someone is in a current relationship, then it is about spicing things up. So we can be very creative in our relationships, but also if you're an artist, then muses might visit you. Or even it is possible to somehow revamp a project of yours. This aspect pretty much stimulates your needs to have fun and being entertained as well. So maybe it is a great idea to watch an online show, for instance, if there is such a possibility. It is also very possible that you might find pleasure in going online and do some type of research or putting an electrical gadget together. It can also bring you sudden luck in your finances. So if you remember in the second house video, I have mentioned that Uranus can bring a big sum of money, so chunks of money, but then it might not bring anything for a few months. So actually this period of time could be very lucky. Again, go and buy a scratch card or a lottery ticket, and then let's see what's happened and let me know if you won the lottery. So, but it might be a project you have been waiting to bring some financial success, and it can be the day when it happens. With this aspect, there is also an increased desire for freedom and doing something fun. So try to plan the day accordingly. You might be attracting interesting people and you will be pleasantly surprised by them. You might be enjoying a conversation with someone because Uranus is the planet of higher mind. So this is also the time when you can make friends or meet someone special out of the blue. By the way, if it's about falling in love with someone, in my experience, Uranus doesn't necessarily last forever. So it does not become a marriage. Maybe you're gonna have to accept the fact that it might be just an infatuation with someone, someone you can have some type of fun with. As I mentioned, in existing relationship, it very much talks about spicing things up, but also it can emphasize the need to be a little bit free within the relationship. So this is the day when you should let your partner maybe meet up with friends or do something which they enjoy the most. So the next day, which is very exciting because Mars is going to move into the sign of Gemini after 2 months spent in the sign of Taurus, where Mars was in detriment. So things are going to start speeding up a little bit, especially because Gemini is a mutable energy. So it's definitely a lot faster than Taurus was. And I feel like the Mars in Gemini energy is a very intellectual one. So I'm really hoping it indicates that schools might start opening up, or at least in countries, in certain countries, I'm sure it's going to happen, especially those countries who have got Gemini sun or rising sign, or even those countries who have got an Aries rising sign, because it means that their third house is Gemini. I usually call this energy as a activist energy. So we might need to be expecting some people having a sharp tongue and even some type of demonstrations as well, unfortunately. But on an individual level, this is a brilliant month to promote your ideas or trying to sell your ideas. And by the way, Mars is going to be in the sign of Gemini till middle of April. So your mind will be running 24/7. It's like your mind has taken some type of drug. And especially this is going to be very significant because the following day, Mercury is going to be joining Jupiter as well by a conjunction. So imagine these few days like your mind is running at 120 miles an hour. Also, I might believe that on mundane level, these few days might bring something in regards to the censorship, which we experienced on the 17th of February in Australia. As far as I know, there were some issues about Facebook, and it might be about fighting against censorship. I would also recommend to watch out on the roads because there are likely more accidents to be happening in the upcoming month. Now, I would also say that when Mars is in the sign of Gemini, we become masterminds. Mars is like the instigator, the planet which is ruling over action and motivation and desire. And when he transits the sign of Gemini, which represents your mind, your brain is ignited with passion and drive. So Mars, action, Gemini, mind. And it doesn't only talk about powerful mind, but also you can actually take action. Mars can be slightly bit tempered here because we're talking about two very fast energies. So watch out for how you express yourself, what type of words you use, because it's very easy to hurt someone by your words. And you might not mean it, but actually the words just slipping out of your mouth. So you can actually become a lot more business savvy, a lot more aggressive in business projects. But I also like this Mars in Gemini type of energy because this is something where we focus on things what matters the most to us. Why is that? Because Gemini is an analytical sign. It is ruled by Mercury, so it is all about collecting the information. Most probably, I would say that this is a period of time when you can say goodbye to boredom. So there is a lot of mental and I'm guessing physical activities going on as well. But the downfall of this aspect is that it's very hard to stay focused. So stay on track and maybe take some notes. Write down your ideas because definitely your mind is going to be 24/7 very active. Now, we do need to know that Gemini is quite a childlike energy. Mars is the planet of sexual drive. So this month, whoever is single might be ready to mingle. So, and there is so much curiosity involved with this energy. And you might be just craving for more and more information, but also pay attention because you can become the victim of a gossip. I feel like this is a month when we become a lot more flexible. And therefore, we can look at other people with a greater mind, which stimulates you. Also, this is a brilliant month to start playing sports. And hopefully, because Gemini rules social activities as well as the neighborhood, maybe it's going to be allowed to, I don't know, play in a football match, for instance, and so forth. Now, as I mentioned already, on the next day, Mercury is going to be conjunct in Jupiter. Now, this is going to be the third conjunction which has taken place this year. So we had two, yeah. One of them was on the 11th of January, and the second time was on the 14th of January. So let's not forget that on the 11th of January, Mercury was direct. The second time around, it was retrograde. So the retrograde was about revisiting something and probably being a little bit patient about it. And the third occasion is all about let's get it going. So Mercury and Jupiter, on one hand, they have got plenty of similarities, but on the other hand, they have got their clashes as well. So the clashes are coming from the fact that Mercury is more about collecting data. Jupiter is all about sharing it. Mercury is about writing a book. Jupiter is about publishing it. One is about collecting opinions. The other one is expressing opinions. Mercury wants to go into details, while Jupiter wants to actually get out there and teach and share information with others. Even so, Jupiter might not have enough information about it. Both planets are very much related to travel. So let us pray that we can actually make some travel plans on this day, at least a short trip. But again, another interesting fact about these two planets, that one is ruling short trip travels, the other one is ruling long distance travels. So the short trips nowadays, I believe it is more connected traveling within the country, and Jupiter is more about foreign places. But the goodie is about this combination, that we can really expand on our ideas. We can actually grow business because Jupiter is the growth. Mercury is business opportunities. We can actually have plenty of marketing ideas. We can be receiving very good news, which we have been waiting on maybe since the 11th of January. But the downfall, again, to mention at least one more, that we can overpromise things. We can exaggerate. So pay attention how much you want to take on, because you might not be able to deliver it. Also, both planets are very much connected to learning. So learning something new and sharing it with others is also a brilliant idea. Now, Jupiter is the planet of children and Mercury is the siblings. So it could actually indicate that your sibling might get pregnant, or they might be expecting. Or if you are already a mom with a child, then actually it could bring the second child and beyond as well. So brilliant day to mentally get stimulated. So you can read books, you can do some type of research, you can sign up for a course, you can listen to the courses. For instance, you bought from me. It is a brilliant day to make a presentation, for instance, if you have to do any of those for work. So for instance, I am planning to finish off my presentation for my upcoming webinar on stelliums and solar arc. So I hope to see you there, because I'm sure both of them are going to be brilliant. Solar arc is a very easy but powerful timing technique. Basically, each planet goes 1 degree ahead a year. And stellium is when you have got 3 or more planets in one sign. And we're going to be talking about what happens when a stellium gets transited in your chart, because it has got a little bit of a different interpretation. So whatever Jupiter touches, it overstimulates. So also be careful, because you can be a lot more critical today, especially Virgos and Pisces should be careful about it. But you might be just very restless about knowing more. So you can have kind of this hunger for more knowledge. You might want to write down your ideas, and you can be a walking as you can be a walking encyclopedia today. Business deals are very favorable. So go and sign those contracts if you have got any outstanding left. And I feel like Jupiter also allows you to see the bigger picture when it comes to planning, because Mercury rules planning also. Now, on the 7th of March, Pallas Athene is going to join the water trio in Pisces. So we've got Neptune there since 2012. On this day, we also have got Venus and the Sun. Venus, of course, loves being here because it's her exalted position. And now Pallas Athene is joining them too. Now, I have already made a video about Pallas Athene, what it means in the natal chart. So I recommend checking that out. We're not going to be going through the meanings of those. But I would like to describe you what it means to have Pallas Athene in the sign of Pisces. So those people, either who were born with Pallas in the sign of Pisces, or those who have got quite prominent Pisces in their chart, and of course, they will feel her transit. They have a gift to communicate and connect to other realms, which might not be, or which are not visible and or not known to people. So you're going to have the chance to get information which is not available anywhere. You can actually feel gifted in your psychic abilities might get enhanced, or you become a clairvoyant, or you might be going for these psychic surgeries, or you might be craving to have an aura reading, or you actually want to cleanse your aura. So Pisces Pallas Athene actually has got a healing ability, because Pallas Athene is the asteroid of wisdom, and Pisces is something to do with prayers. So, and also, as I said, Pisces is a Pisces is a healing sign as well. So this period of time is very good to go and do guided meditation, or work with your dreams and fantasies, doing some type of visualization exercises. All these type of energies are very good in the month of March. Also, it is brilliant for artistic endeavors. So you can really create amazing works of arts. You might have got an increased ability or desire to write something, or to take photographs, or this is actually brilliant to go on your Facebook and arrange your pictures, or creating some type of music. But I highly recommend focusing on your creative mind because your observation skills will be so highlighted and enhanced that you can easily pick up the energy around you, and you will be able to see people through easily. Now, the downfall of this transit, that some people might start playing the role of the martyrs and light workers. So it's just be mindful about it, because obviously we've got 4 planetary bodies now in the sign of Pisces, which is all about making sacrifices. So use that Pallas Athene wisdom and intelligence to see that in other people, so they don't become like a energy vampire who sucks the light out of you, because they are the ones, they are heavy souls and they need to be fed. And obviously Pisces has got this compassionate, loving aura around them, and they pick up on that easily. Also, very great month to write some type of poetry also. Now, There is not much happening this week, but I wanted to mention that on the 6th of March, actually the moon is going to be void of course. Now, I don't necessarily like talking about the moon transits because it only lasts for 2 days and it very much relates to how you can make yourself happy. But I thought that I would be talking about the void of course moon because I haven't yet in any of my videos. And void of course moon is when moon is not making any more aspects to anyone. So it can be, let's say, I give you an example, it might be on 4 degree of Gemini, for instance, but the next planet moon is going to make an aspect to is on 27 degree. So obviously moon is going to have to travel 23 degrees there to make the next aspect. Even though if we give an 8 degree orb to moon, obviously that planet would be extremely far. So in most part of the world, actually, moon is almost void of course the entire day. And according to the Asian people, this is the day when you have to relax a little bit. These are the moments when you shouldn't be doing anything, because in traditional astrology, void of course moon means that nothing is happening. Even if you initiate something, it's just not going to be carried out. So they really much used this in gardening, for instance, and they decided that it's not good to get out there and planting seeds, basically. And planting seed is all about initiating the growth of a life. So, and of course, giving a material shape to something. So if you have got the possibility to take a little bit of a rest, to recharge your batteries, and doing things which might make you happy but doesn't take much of your effort, then I recommend just taking a back seat on the 6th of March, and then you can start something with a full fling the following day. Well, this is a lot more positive week, I believe. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to press like, ring the notification bell, share the video, and even subscribe to my channel, because that motivates me to go further and then make more educational videos for you. So have a blessed week, everyone, and see you with the next video. Bye-bye.